Our second inductee in the administrators category is Scott Larson of Burnsville. While Scott is perhaps best known for his long administrative service at Apple Valley High School, he also had administrative and coaching roles at Egan High School and Henry Sibley High School during a journey through education that began in 1974.
I was really honored. I think of the folks from Apple Valley High School who are in the Hall of Fame. I think of Jim Bozen. I think of Nancy Grimes, Bud Bjornra, Chuck Scanlon, Jerry Dirth, Walt Weaver. And to be mentioned in the same breath of those folks is quite an honor. So very honored, very humbled. All of us had a different role in what went on here at Apple Valley, and it's nice to be recognized for whatever part that I did.
In retirement, he served as the Executive Secretary of the Metro West Conference and the longtime Region 3 AA Executive Secretary.
I think a lot of times you get into this position and you don't want to show people, well, I don't know what I'm doing, but you end up doing that because you didn't know. Ask questions. Find someone that can serve as a mentor for you and understand that they're getting something out of that the same as you are, and learn. I did that. I think of guys like Kerwin Engelhardt. Oh my gosh, Steve Schultz. These are folks, Joe Dolan, that I learned from, and when I had the chance to share that with others, I felt good, and I hope that they felt good as well. It's rewarding, and it's rewarding to see the people that supported me. I've had a chance to do what they did for me and show me the ropes, give me support, and to do it for others. And the folks that have come behind me have done much better. I think the goal is you want to leave it in good shape. I think someone says you want to leave that wood pile stacked pretty high, but everyone who's come behind me has raised that wood pile.
Larson grew up in White Bear Lake in the late 1950s when neighborhood sports were plentiful. Wherever games were played, in a nearby cornfield or streets that weren't paved yet, the thrill of competition, camaraderie, and fast-forming friendships made each day special.
We had a lot of guys in the neighborhood, so there was always a game going on. We had some fantastic wiffle ball games, wiffle ball home run derby. We played football, we played basketball, we played whatever we could get our hands on. And it's kind of one of those things, when the street lights came on, you came home for dinner.
Those games, competitions, and memories at the youth level set the table for his high school experience at White Bear Lake High School.
My dad died in a car accident when I was in 8th grade. And so I kind of looked to my coaches in high school, junior high, a little bit, but more in high school, for some leadership, for how to be a good person and how to be a good teammate. And I think of Dwayne Dietz and Fred Espy and Ron Sass and Harry Mears as four that forever changed who I was and kept me on the straight and narrow and reminded me of the things I needed to do. So I thought it'd be great to be able to do the same thing and have that same effect on some other folks. It was my senior year. I thought, you know what, I think I'd like to continue in athletics. And I was pretty confident I wasn't going to be playing in the NFL. And so, about going to college and then teaching and coaching.
Larson's infectious enthusiasm and ever-present smile made him a favorite in his administrative role. One of his favorite times of the day was lunchroom supervision. It was a time to visit with students, lend an ear to their own personal journeys, and to just be a presence for them.
Scott was a great leader, but more of a servant leader. How can I help to help you shine? And I always considered myself that as a coach. I was never a head coach. I was behind the scenes, get kids ready kind of person. And I think that fit well with the message Scott also worked with me to, let the kids have their moment, let the parents enjoy this, let the coaches do all the other work so they have a great experience. So that's one thing I definitely took away from Scott.
Bisgans took over for Larson when he retired at Apple Valley. With Apple Valley, Larson left a legacy as the administrator that presided over 19 team state championships and 76 individual state crowns.
The championships are great, but I think the greatest legacy are the number of kids and families that would come back and say, my kid got so much more out of athletics than just winning. I think what makes Scott a Hall of Famer is beyond just leading an athletic program. Scott taught me early and often to check in with coaches all the time, not just after wins, but after tough losses, after vacations, after holiday breaks, after any of those moments. And that human piece, I think anyone that knows Scott can't help but smile, because he is a people person.